disc isn't in the case. I'm ready to kill my daughter.
All right, well, we're live, my friend. So I can see your big giant mitt right there on the.
Which one? Left one, right one?
Yeah, I can see your two big paws. They're just getting ready to dismantle those pieces of plastic or have at it.
Paws or jaws?
Well, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. So I think you're going to be painting. I'm going to be constructing. And I just got back from my fantasy football draft, so I haven't been able to. I wasn't able to set up my work area just yet, but I'm kind of clearing off some space right now, and I've got a big batch of night haunt stuff that I'm going to be putting together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And speaking of which, did you ever find that tracking number, by the way?
No, because she went. I forgot she went to Dragon Con, but she sent it out the same time she sent out some patron stuff. So you should get it tomorrow at least.
Well, I heard like last week. I heard,
No, it went out. I know it went out.
Okay, I believe you. I'm just, you're starting to sound like Kickstarter backers or something. Or Kickstarter fulfillment. Or no, I'm just giving you the business, man.
No, when you get it, then you'll just say, "Oh my God, this was the best Kickstarter I ever did."
That's right. As I'm monkeying with my camera.
Do you have the chat on? Chat is disabled for this live stream.
It shouldn't be.
That's what it says.
Let me see if I can go in and fix that. Hold on. If people don't, hold on. It should not be. Let me try to chat myself. Hello, everyone.
I'm going to start all over. And then I'm going to go back in. And the chat's up. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
So,
if you guys are tuning into this late, which I think a lot of people are going to be tuning into this after the fact, or hopefully, I shouldn't say a lot. There'll be a scattering of people. A scattering. Miniatures at the Movies is Rob and I are just going to be. He's going to be painting. I'm going to be constructing. I'm going to turn my light here just slightly so I can see what I'm doing here. And we're going to all watch the same movie at the same time. So Rob's got his copy of Jaws rolling. And I have my copy of Jaws getting ready to go. For those of you at home, what I'm going to do is if it's on Amazon Prime right now, so you can actually pull that up. Pippin, be quiet. So what I'm doing here is I am kind of moving so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then you can hit play, and so that's going to be about the same time. If you're watching in your DVD, it should work, kind of the same way as well. You're not going to hear any of so we can avoid getting in trouble. You're not going to hear any of the movie yourself, but as we talk about the movie and discuss it as it goes, then you'll have an idea of what's happening. So what I'm going to do is when I say 3, 2, 1, I'm going to hit play, and Rob's going to hit play, and it's going to be right at like when you see like the globe, and it says Universal, and Universal just comes into focus. And then it's about 54 seconds into the streaming, and probably about 50, same thing as the DVD. And so when we say 1, 2, 3, go, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, go. And then so for the few people that are watching us live, I'm going to give you a few minutes to cue it up so you can be at the same time. And then we're going to hit play, and we're all going to watch Jaws together. What are you painting today, Rob?
Funny you should ask. To keep with the theme, I figured since we were doing a movie about a big fish, I would do something sushi themed. So I'm doing these Japanese warriors.
It's a tenuous connection, but I'll give it to you.
I couldn't find any fish.
No, well, I do have. If I was serious about playing my Ideneth Deepkin, I would have played it. But as far as my Games Workshop Arnie's, those have kind of fallen by the wayside for me as far as my plans. So, all right. So here we go, Rob. Are you ready to hit play?
Oh, hold on. Moorhead, Minnesota?
Yeah, that's where I live. Why?
I got the tracking right here.
Oh, yeah?
I'll give it to you later.
Okay. It'll say thrown in a bin and gone or something probably. But yeah, I'm joking. All right, so Jaws starts in 3, 2, 1. So when did you first see the movie Jaws? Like the first time you ever watched it?
I saw it at the movie theater actually when it originally came out. My God, 76. I was 13. My cousin took me, and she had it was Saturday because we used to go to the Saturday matinee. So it was. I remember this vividly. It was Buck Rogers, and then it went right into Jaws.
Robert Shaw gets top billing with with the little pyramid, the triangle there.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the music.
75.
Yeah. Did you know that when I can't even think of the why can't I think of the conductor, the person who did the music for him? I can't think of it.
Oh, John Williams.
John Williams, thank you. As the name just pops up, you cheater. But anyway, so when he presented the music to Spielberg, he's like, "Here, this is the music I thought that we should play." He thought he was joking, like that dun 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 dun. Yeah.
That thing's
But
so iconic now. It's like ridiculous.
that stuff just sticks with you, though. That music, it's so
God.
iconic. But yeah. Here's a bunch of young people, young hippies.
The problem with this movie is the shark gets a raw deal because this is really a love story.
All right, explain to me how it's a love story.
Okay. The guy just completely fails, and he falls on the sand. She decides to go out and for a walk, which would be the ocean. And there's our boy Bruce just swimming along, who happens to be a leg man. And how did he know that this was going to turn wrong and that he would be committing a crime?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, the only thing that's left of her is her arm.
Yeah, that's true.
What really bothers me is the part that's coming up soon.
What, the being dragged around in the water?
Well, it's the way she's jerked around. It's almost like a sunfish nibbling on her foot. She doesn't really go all the way down right away. It's like he takes a little bite and he goes, blondes.
So supposedly, if you believe, like the girl almost drowned when she was being dragged because they had like basically a harness attached to her, and they were just yanking her back and forth like from the beach. And like they almost killed her. Like the actress that played Chrissy said that they damn near killed her, like rolling her around and doing what they did.
The whole thing about it is that movie was a disaster to begin with. I mean, it was horribly over budget from what I remember hearing in the making of Jaws. And they had more problems with weather. I mean, you go and film it in New England. What do you expect?
Yeah. She deserves to be eaten.
Yes. Buy a mechanical shark.
Yes, buy a mechanical shark.
They couldn't even afford a real shark, even though they used some footage from a real shark in it.
Well, okay, so and I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit because we're jumping way ahead.
Of course we do.
The scene where here she goes underwater.
Oof. See, she's like a bobber. She's sending missed signals right there. I don't care what you say.
And then him just sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Just
hey, dude.
Just a waste. Can't handle his liquor. He's out of it.
I mean, really, getting hammered before the 4th instead of on the 4th. I mean, he really ruins everything. If you really think about this whole holiday was ruined because of this one guy. Because if he just went out there in the shallows with her and said, "Come on, let's not go too deep. I drank too much. This, that, the other." The shark doesn't even waste his time coming to shore.
No, shark moves on to another shore.
The movie becomes called Crabs because they get eaten by crabs.
Yeah. No, but what a spooky start to a movie. Just like
well, think about it. When you saw that, there was nothing like that. No. I mean, there was, back in the day it was Leslie Nielsen going, "I've got you protected, Forbidden Planet," if you remember.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was all that kind of hero kind of stuff. Wasn't this
puppy? They're cute little Cocker Spaniel puppy.
Jeez.
So many things. Man. Roy Scheider looks so young in this movie.
And alive.
Yeah, that's true too. Rest in peace, Roy.
Yes.
Thanks for the film.
Well, you know something?
What?
Did you like 2010?
I love 2010.
I thought that was such a great movie.
It was like
he was great,
it was like such an adventure movie, right?
He made that movie. He actually kind of pieced together, and you can watch 2001 now because of 2010, I think. Not that I couldn't watch it. I thought 2001 Space Oddity. Here I am thinking David Bowie, right?
Yeah.
But it's a movie unto itself. Very, very artsy. But you team it up with that sequel, and that movie really comes together. Kabuki saying 2010 was decent, but it never airs. It airs once in a while. 2001 is in the theaters again this week on IMAX, says the Kabook.
The Kabook.
The Kabook.
The Kabook.
The mighty Kabuki.
Yeah, we've asked her to be on the album multiple times. She steadfastly refuses us.
The problem is that it would ruin the mystique of Miss Kabuki.
Well, but Anthony has met her. Yeah. Anthony had her at his house or something for gaming. So she's a real person, and we love her for being a real person.
Well, how could we not love the Kabuki?
Yes.
I mean, she's on every single one.
I don't know what her job is, but I want it because she's always available to watch live streams or listen to podcasts or watch videos. Doesn't matter whose it is, doesn't matter what it is, she's there.
Mm-hmm. She's there. And she's like moderator at like 9,000 channels. I mean, there has to be some kind of YouTube award that they give.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know. But anyway, just everything about this is just like, I mean, the feathered hair.
I mean, come on. Which do you like? Do you like this one better than the second one?
Of course, Jaws 2 is. I mean, it's not bad, but it isn't good.
I thought it was okay. I the whole kid thing, it added a different kind of.
Yeah. Ugh. And then the whole thing of like the guy can barely breathe. He's sitting there like, because he found the chopped up parts.
Yeah.
In the
and the crabs moving all over.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's horrible.
It works for me. It adds to the mystique of it. Because, people have always been afraid of sharks, always. But this really kept.
You're on their turf, right?
You're
on their turf. If you go in, right? You go in the water at the same time. I mean, it's like I'll grab a snapping turtle from behind, but I'm not going in the water next to it, messing with it. Oh, and all these guys are just staring off in the distance with their Alka-Seltzer, just trying to calm their stomachs.
The real funny part about it is if you made a movie at this time, okay, and you made an alligator movie, it wouldn't have the same effect that the shark movie had. I mean, think about that.
Sharks are just, I don't know, they're cool.
There's something about them. They're mysterious. You don't know that they're coming at you.
Well, that's just it. They're underneath the water. You can't see them until, bam, your leg's gone.
They're always on vacation.
Sharks are?
Well, yeah. I mean, every time you go to some kind of beach or something like that, we're fighting for parking. They're there.
I
Humor's really
I
bad after 10. Sorry, guys.
I love this when he's walking through the city and he has to deal with all these people coming up and wandering up to him with all their random like garbage that's going
Listen, if you don't do something with those kids, I'm gonna. They
on.
keep wrecking my fence.
Just small town sheriff. Like this is what he signed up for, something minor. And like all these people, like the guy that runs that little crummy little newspaper. And that's the screenwriter, Carl Gottlieb. That's him. Yeah. They karate chopped my bicycle. Look what they did. Just
It's the karate class. Absolutely classic.
this stuff isn't going to help me in August. Someone didn't come down here and Jody haven't got one thing on the list that I ordered.
Listen, get me that report as soon as you can. Sure, Chief.
Comes out, let Holly do the writing. I can let Holly do the writing. The guy tries to say Polly. Sorry, not Polly. And then with the Boy Scouts swimming, I always thought, oh my God, the Boy Scouts are gonna get eaten.
Yeah, that's the thing that really got you with this movie was the whole suspense of it. Is you felt it coming, you didn't know when it was coming, and then when it came, you said, "I knew that was going to happen," but it still got you no matter what.
Yeah, it totally got you.
Just good storytelling. Excuse me.
Yeah, even though you were expecting it the entire time, it still spooked you and surprised you just the same.
Boy, ninjas are not the easiest thing to paint.
Don't they just get painted
black?
Yeah.
So that doesn't make them.
They sound like they're pretty easy.
Yeah, but you just can't do that because you don't get that 3D feel out of it.
I got you.
Just go. It's kind of like making a llama out of a balloon.
I had a buddy tell me that these spectral Bladegeist revenants, he said, he's like, you are gonna hate putting those guys together, and I can already tell why, because just tons of little tiny finicky pieces, and hate stuff like this.
And
oh, here comes that dirtbag mayor with his suit coat with the anchors on it. I've always wanted to find that coat and wear it.
Going through a pack of heaters, an hour.
Yeah. Let Polly do the printing. Oh, just.
Now listen, Brody. We've got over 100,000 people coming to this beach. You say duck attack, nobody cares.
You say barracuda.
You say barracuda. Nobody's
says what? You say shark.
You say shark. People lose money.
It's all psychological. Here we go. If it says, what? You say shark. Yeah, he's joking. You were looking at, you got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
These people, they survived the winter with this money.
Yeah. Oh, that's later on when Quint says, he says, pony up now, we'll be on welfare all winter.
All winter.
Oh, here comes Alex Kittner. Say goodbye.
Nice knowing you, kid.
It's like you watch this, and even though you know how it progresses and you know how the movie goes, like you're just like, no, just tell him he can't go. Just tell him he can't go, and your son will be fine. But she always lets him go swimming.
I'm not gonna have that little kidna kid.
I'm not gonna have a little kidna kid spill out all over
the dock. It's the only way we could be sure.
This is not the time to do some half-ass autopsy on the shark. If you haven't seen the movie, I apologize. Spoilers.
This is called Destroy Every Movie.
Yes.
Taped up toes and some Advil. Oh, some people are complaining. Oh, they're talking about Helen and her karate. See, Helen, I'm painting you right now. Carissa, how you doing? They're talking about karate class. We could have used you with the show.
Oh yes, the where they has a famous dolly zoom shot coming in where they actually move the camera forward while zooming out at the same time, so it makes it look because they focus on his head.
Ominous. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like so everything stays in. And it's like I've got some cars parked in front of my house, bro, okay? And that garbage truck next to the office. That's terrible. You need to take care of this for me, bro. It's like just shut up, leave me alone, you dumb, stupid councilman.
Listen,
you know, I don't care.
I'm a New York City cop. I'm here for the, for the summer. Why are you doing this to me? I can't tell if she. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm gonna have to think on this one.
Poor Alex Kintner.
That kid never had a chance. First of all, I blame the mom.
Oh, here he goes. You don't go in the water at all, do you? And that's some bad hat, Harry. That old guy. And then there's that one guy who's got a movie production company called Bad Hat Harry Productions, and he named it after that line. That's some bad hat, Harry.
That's some bad hat, Harry. Poor Harry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's over there giving his chief of police grief. We know all about you. You don't go in the water at all.
You don't do anything, do you, Chief?
Technically, his dog was the dog was the first one. Pippet, the poor puppy, was the first dog. That dog never stood a chance.
No. Did you ever think of Undertow? Reminds me of Billy Madison. You got a responsibility. You take care of that dog.
Yeah. So of course this whole yeah, there he goes. Alex getting there.
And then you see the fins.
Yeah, the whole thing like, oh, there he goes. There's the dolly zoom.
Didn't even have a chance.
And I love that scene too where he runs forward and then stops when he gets close to the water. Like he won't go in the water to get the kids out. He's the chief of police, but he's so scared of the water he won't even step into like the shallow water.
Well, he's got to hang around the rest of the movie.
Well, that's for the suckers to go.
Yeah. Can somebody get those kids out of the water, please? Thank you.
So right now it was Chrissy was first. The dog was second. Alex Kintner was third.
Let me ask you something. Do you think they can remake this?
Never.
It's just impossible.
And Spielberg would never let it happen. It
would lose its effect.
You could never equal it in any. It's just like there's no way that you could equal the effect of this movie. I mean, like, look at Pete Shirey. Like, he is, he and I are like ridiculous, stupid fans of this movie. We just like, we love everything about it. We know all this stupid trivia about it.
Mm-hmm.
My wife thinks I'm crazy. She's like, why do you watch this over and over again? I was like,
because I can.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, why did I marry you? It's like, no, I don't say that because I want to stay married. But no, it's just there's no way. And honestly, like if anybody tried to remake it, they wouldn't want to deal with the inevitable people coming to slay them.
Yes.
for attempting it, honestly.
But people are starving for something like this. I mean, when you make Megalodon a massive hit and it does better than Solo, what does that tell you?
Well, have you seen Megalodon?
No.
So if you're a big fan, I went to see it with my daughter. I don't think that's funny at all. Whatever. You're just such a whiny woman. No. That's private business between you folks and you fishermen and Mr. Kidney.
Mr. Kidney.
That's considered a joke. Is that $3,000 cash or check? Just like, shut up. Oh, wait a minute here. And then here's the first time we're going to see Quint. What a great introduction scene for Quint too.
And he was just coming off the Sting and right into this, where he was just masterful.
Yeah, he was.
And before that, Guns and Nabro, he was on a tear.
No, he was totally on a tear, and he was the super tough agent that what was it? Diamonds Are Forever? Was that?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Scratching the chalkboard,
which is still unnerving to this day.
Oh, you know me. He's always got those little crackers too.
Yeah.
He's always eating
saltines.
Yeah.
Those northern saltines.
Y'all know me. You know how I'm living. Bad fish.
He's a biggie.
Jason bluegills and Tommy cods. Shock, swallow you whole. Shake it, tenderizing, down you go.
And he should know. He was on the Indianapolis.
Yeah. That'll put all your business back on a paying basis.
You can pay me now. Or you could pay me later.
I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. And yep.
Just think what a badass animal that was, though.
Yeah.
That he just couldn't be taken out.
I love his hat. This is the closest thing I have. I'm wearing right now. The closest thing. This old. This is my fishing hat.
Mm-hmm.
This is the closest thing I have to that hat that he's got on. I love his hat, all crumpled up and twisted.
Now you're in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Fishing's pretty good up there.
Well, 10,000 lakes. There's gotta be a fish or two somewhere.
Somewhere, bound to find one. What do you normally fish for? Pike.
Pike and walleye.
Walleye.
When they're biting, you go after the crappie because they're good eating.
Yeah, we get crappie down here. They're just not good right now with all the red tide.
There's a 2-week period of time when the crappies are really biting, when they're spawning, and that's when you got to catch them because they're super active and they're super hungry. And then so my dad usually finds out when they're biting, and I'll drive down to his lake and we'll go fishing for 2-3 days together. And then and that's and then you catch as much as you can, and that's
call it a day.
And then you sit there and you freeze what you got so you can have some. Man, I am talking too much, and I've only so far I've only got almost one together right now. These things are a pain in the butt.
I'm just hoping to get these heroes under control so I can get, because I was going to ask you if you wanted to play this over Google.
Google?
Over this. The way I'm able to set up the board, it'd be perfect. Shadows of Brimstone.
I was going to say the nice thing about if you're watching it on Prime Video, and you can probably see this too, they're Robert. That any scene you're in, you can see if you put your mouse over the screen, it'll give you some general trivia about what you're watching.
Yes.
And also tells you exactly who's in the movie and what and the actor and so on and forth. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing what they're able to do now.
Yeah. For those of you who are wondering, if for some reason you're popping in late, we are watching Jaws. If you want to start watching it on Amazon Prime and stream it, let me see what the timestamp we got here. We're at 25:09 when I just said that. Right on there. For those of you who are wondering, she just yelled at the kids to get out of the boat because she looked at the picture of the shark.
Oh, it's okay. Let's just let him go in the water.
Just don't go in there. Get out of the boat!
Get out of the damn boat, you kids.
Did you hear your father? Then these two idiots decide they're going to take a pot roast and a hook. Now, when I was a kid, this was the scene that scared me the most out of anything. The watching the thing turn around and come back for him. I remember being more freaked out at this scene than anything else in the entire movie.
But you know why? Because you imagined it, and that's the magic of the story.
Well, you put yourself in that guy's head.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I am going to get eaten. I can't swim. And then we'll see it here in just a few moments. But when he's trying to his feet are slipping on the wood. Okay, he made it out of the water, but he can't get his feet out of the water. Oh.
It's the part of every bad dream that you ever had, where you're running and you're going nowhere.
You can't. Yeah, the thing is it's right behind you.
It's always right behind you. If I could just get this done. Oh, what a wonderful day it would be. These are the last 4 guys I got. I've done this in under a week.
When you put your when you do your stuff, when you put your models together and do your thing, do you generally put them together and don't really worry about doing them in sections, or do you do them in sections?
It depends what it is. Most of the time I don't worry about it because I just keep on touching up until I get it where I want it.
Yeah.
I'll just, most of the time I have something in my head, and it's not marbles, but I usually just, I visualize how I'm going to put the thing together. And then I'll just go through it, and it's like wing, 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 boom, done. And,
I got you.
And if there's a tight area, I know that.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is, the dock turning around. Come on, Charlie, swim, just swim. Oh,
you think he'd go in and help him?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That'd be tough. Oh, get your feet out of the water. Just get your feet out of the water.
Some pal he turned out to be, huh? I'm behind you all the way, kid.
Oh,
Mary's gonna kill you.
Just the worst. That is just the freakiest thing ever. Just come on. Don't look back. Don't look back, Charlie. Trust me on this.
And now that I think of it, and the funny thing about it is, I saw this movie and The Sting were the 2 movies that my she was my cousin actually, had taken me to go see. And if you really think about it, it's 2 of Shaw's best performances. Well, I mean, you would have to count this as one of his best performances. Well, he got an Academy Award for it, of course, I believe. But The Sting, too. But he was so good in so many things. It's kind of hard to discount him as a legendary actor.
I love this. The whole just screaming at all these fishermen. They're like,
get that.
Just you can't do this. That guy's got dynamite.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Where are you going with this? I'm going in the water.
No, dynamite. No. Get that from him. Get that from him. He's not taking that dynamite with him. No.
So if you look, eventually you're little TV trivia here. So pretty soon you're going to have a guy that's going to stand there. He's going to have a hat on. He goes, and he says something along the lines of, "When we get on that water, they're going to wish their fathers had never met their mothers." So he's like this fisherman, and he's Ben Gardner, who you find him later. He was killed by the shark out in his boat, right? That's the guy they find. So Ben Gardner, the guy who played him, was actually a real fisherman. And Quint, Robert Shaw, went with him for a week and just learned mannerisms and learned how to fish from him. and because like that was what he was. That's what his life was. He was a fisherman by trade. And if you look at him, he's got Quint has like kind of the same hairstyle. He has the same mutton chop sideburns.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of look. He kind of modeled himself to look like Ben Gardner in this movie. Anyway, you'll see that in a little bit.
It's actually, it's a very New England movie, and when I tell you that's how it is up there, that's how it is. That's because that's where I was born and raised.
Oh, really? I never knew that. I knew you're in Florida, but I never knew you were up there.
No, I was a Connecticut boy. And Connecticut. That's where that weird accent comes from.
There he goes, right there. There he goes. He's got the mustache. He's got the mutton chop sideburns, the mustache. He's got the weird hat. Look at him, and then like he was like a honest to God real fisherman that Robert Shaw chased around for a while. Oh, I always felt just throwing a bunch of blood in the water.
I kind of want to go, but too many other things on my plate, says Helen. What are they talking about? The moray eel freaked me out there too. Yeah, the damn eel. Oh, you guys must be talking about. See, that was another big bomb. That was a bomb movie. The Deep.
Oh yeah, that didn't work out.
Because everybody thought that because. Psh.
All right, so here comes the one mistake that everybody has. There's a bad like editing cut here that doesn't make any sense. Where here's a young Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes, very young.
Yeah, we just saw him earlier. I didn't even mention about that. But he's sitting there talking, and he says, "This is what happens." And like he's supposed to say something. It's like he's supposed to say something like, "This is what happens when you run into a shark in the middle of the water," or something. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But it just cuts away. He holds it and just listen here. It'll be up here. It always has bugged me that like it doesn't make any sense. Left arm, head and shoulders, sternum, portions of the rib cage are intact. There it is.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
This is what happens. That's it. It doesn't make any sense.
Nope, you're right.
I
never noticed that.
Drives me crazy.
This wasn't a boat attack.
A boat attack? You mean a boating accident?
This wasn't a boat attack.
This was no boating accident.
This boat didn't attack this young lady. Well, that's what I felt it was. The boat was angry.
The boat was very angry. He hadn't had breakfast. Oh, and here he goes, the tiger shark. It's got an arrow sticking out of the side of it for some reason. Hold on, guys. I got this. I'll shoot with my arrow.
Is that even legal? Okay, I got this. Man, I might be able to finish these before this movie's over.
Well, dee-da. I might get 2 of these guys put together before then.
Wow, I can see you're a fan of the channel. Thanks for all the support, Lance.
These are really annoying.
That's why you pick a movie and you put it together. Get it?
No, because like I said, multiple people said, "Oh, wait till you put those together. You'll be really annoyed." And I was like, "It can't be that bad." I wouldn't put them together if they weren't such a good unit, but.
What do you think Underworld that's coming?
That's the Shadespire thing, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm not a huge Shadespire guy, so I'm more excited about that like the Goblin Car Wars thing.
Gorkamork. Gorka Morka. Yeah. It's a remake of Gorka Morka, which I actually have the original.
It's a tiger shark. A what?
It's a tiger. Yes, it's uncommon for these waters.
Maybe it is, Martin. Maybe it is.
But I just think it'd be better if we.
It's the only way.
If we took a look. Don't you want to be sure? Well,
The only way, man. Let's be reasonable. This is not time to. The chance of these bozos get the same exact shark. It's 100 to 1.
the best part is coming up when the lady comes and she doesn't hold back. I mean, that's a shoot shot. I don't care what you say.
And it's such a good line too, because like he says she's wrong, Martin, and he says no, she isn't. Yeah.
And she hauls off. I mean,
no, yeah, she didn't.
She didn't hold back.
She was okay with hitting.
And he was cool with it. He goes, "Listen, do you want me to gimmick myself too?" Kaboom!
You see a little Kittner boy spill out all over the dock. Oh, and here she comes.
Here it comes. Ugh.
Just Chief Brody, yes. Whack, because
they must have talked that one over a little bit. Listen.
Yeah. I just found out you didn't do anything. My boy is dead because of you.
Because my boy's still dead. I just heard that you knew a lady got bit and killed on this very beach, and you did nothing about it.
You knew all those things.
And you did nothing about it.
But still, my boy is dead now. My boy is dead.
And he plays this role so well. I mean,
very understated.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get anything for this, did he?
Well, no. He kind of let Quint chew the scenery, and then.
Well, Quint stole the show, but if you don't have Quint in this movie, you have to consider him for the Oscar, for crying out loud. Well, I mean, the acting job was superb.
One was for like video editing or something like that. It was the only Oscar they won. Well, it was just one of those things where it was like everybody.
Well, one won that year. That's a good point. What went up against Jaws?
Well, I don't think it even got nominated for Best Picture. Honestly, we're
gonna have to employ Kabuki here. Kabuki, what did Jaws go up against? As far as movies choices for the Oscar in '75.
I'm gonna just go on a limb and guess that it was some sort of
Godfather.
No, I'm gonna guess it was likely some sort of like artsy fartsy film or something.
The Omen.
Here's that touching scene where he's eating his food and he's drinking his bourbon or whatever, and he sees his son is doing the exact same things that he is doing. It's just it's a nice quiet like father moment.
Oh, geez. One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was okay. I mean, there was just no way that was even going to have a chance. Wow. Godfather 2, somebody said? Wow. No, that 75 was a huge year.
Yeah. It's made a lot of money, though, so I guess that's all that matters.
Hey. Cash is king.
That would be a great wrestler name.
Cash.
Like Cassius, like Cassius.
Mm-hmm.
Cash is king. Cash is king.
I like it.
That would be a great wrestler name.
It sure is.
You said that, and I was like, bing.
I'm going to have to put him together on Fire Pro Wrestling.
This is Cassius.
You need to you have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
You need that.
What is it?
It's New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, it is.
PS4. You could be Kenny Omega. You could be. It's good. The moves are actually really good. It's not hard to do.
What's the name of it called?
Fire Pro Wrestling. It's actually a historic wrestling title. It's just come out for the PS4.
The one I heard about recently that I should be playing is some sort of weird luchador game or something. It's
Guacamole.
yeah, guacamole something or other.
I don't know. It didn't look interesting. I'm playing Space Hulk, Inquisitor, Warhammer Inquisitor, Blood Bowl 2 I play a lot of.
Fortnite rules the roost in our house right now.
Have you even tried
as with everybody else's house all over the place?
Well,
here we go.
But I got to be different.
Shows up with the 2 bottles of wine, and I love this when he Brody's who's already drunk takes the 1 bottle. He's like cutting the side of it to open it up, and he just pours like half the bottle into his glass. And he's like, "You want to let that breathe?" And he's just like.
Now, did you read the book?
Oh, yeah.
Now, as a young kid reading the book, it was a little racy.
It was definitely a little racy. And then plus there was the whole subplot of the fact that Hooper and Brody's wife hook up.
Yeah, they were hooking up. They left that out of the movie.
Well,
so
yeah.
You imagine as a young boy, I want to read about the shark, and then all of a sudden they're hooking up, and you're like, huh?
Yeah. No, yeah, he pours it. If you notice, and you'll have to go back and look at that, I believe when he pours it into his normal drinking glass, the glass already has like he still has his bourbon, little enough of his bourbon and his ice. And he just mixes it right in with the Merlot or the red or whatever it is that he's got. Just doesn't care. He's
2 sheets to the wind.
Oh,
I think he's drunk in every movie, actually.
He is, as they say, fuck all. Just like I wasn't tough. I didn't stop them. That's why a kid is dead, and I could have stopped it.
He's got to live with it.
Yep.
He's got to live with it. So how do you live with it? You crawl in a bottle.
You crawl in a bottle. Glug glug glug.
Glug glug glug.
It's one of my very, very weird movie, and I've mentioned this on the Boom before, but if you can find it, it's difficult to find, and I don't think it ever came out on DVD, but it was a movie that was about a kid in the mob who becomes a hitman, played by Jason Priestley, of all people. And and he's being trained in how to be a hitman, and and so then he calls up the other hitman, and he's just like, I feel bad because we killed these people, and they're dead now because of us, and I can't really live with it. He's like, yeah, killing people is the toughest part of being a hitman. He's like, he's like, what do I do? He's like, well, you got to figure out some way to deal with it. Well, how do you do it? How do you deal with it? Glug glug glug. That's the way. Just drinks. Glug glug glug. That's how I deal with it. Oh, here we go. I always love this scene where he cuts open and he's got like all the crap.
He came up through the Gulf.
Yeah. How do you know? Throws the license plate out.
Louisiana license plate. And that's a great trivia question too. What was the plate number?
Oh, I never even thought about that. That is a great plate number.
My man here. My man, the monk.
Bunch of half-eaten fish, a tin can.
He's reaching in there. He sells it so well too.
He's got that weird scarf on. 007-981.
Mm-hmm. Remember that one, folks. You heard it here first.
I can't believe I've never that would make for a good. If you're a true like Jaws fan, that would be an excellent license plate. Like a license plate for you. Like
Yeah.
what's your license plate? 007981. Why?
Cause you figure it out, big boy.
Yeah. If I ever want to spend the money on a personalized license plate, maybe that's what I'll do. It's probably already taken.
Hey, Anthony's out there. Should invite him in.
Anthony.
Called the mini boom.
Mini boom.
Boom in a movie.
You couldn't make Al Boom last night, but you can make this. This sounds fishy. He's too busy publishing games now. He's too busy.
Yeah.
He's big time.
He's a superstar. He's a superstar. Oh, man.
Anthony, if you want to know, we are the scene we're on right now in Jaws. We're about 46 minutes in, and they're on Hooper's boat. They're about ready to find Ben Gardner's boat.
I always like to spin the glass a little bit.
Who pays for all this stuff? Are you rich? Oh, that he goes, are you rich?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered, why didn't they take his boat? His boat looks really nice, you know? Yeah. Why didn't they take his boat on the water?
No, they had to take that old rickety thing.
Yeah.
Lady of Spain.
Yeah. Well, I suppose this one probably isn't big enough to. This was not, and then this scene when he goes under the water was shot in was not shot it was shot in like a swimming pool. Steven Spielberg also would sneak into movie theaters for this moment and to listen to the crowd scream when the gotcha moment happens. So if you haven't seen the movie, which it's kind of weird not to get spoilers for
a historic movie like this.
A 40-year-old movie. God, 40-year-old movie.
That's scary.
That is scary. And also that whole thing where I was just like, you're gonna go in the water. Like, as a kid, I was like, why? There's like there'd be no reason. I mean, even though you're like, okay, well, there's this is a big ocean. The chances that the shark happened to be like right here at this moment.
No, in my luck.
Yeah.
His boat isn't rigged for big fishing. Well, look at that.
Well, look at somebody trying to tell us what we know. I don't know. I was like, take it like a giant Coast Guard ship out. Just like, let's see him try to gnaw on that and take it out.
Oh, we've been told to shut up. Movie is older than I am, MGK says. Gotcha.
Big giant.
I don't know about you,
out of it.
but I'm underwater and I see a big, huge hole in the boat. I'm usually not sticking my hands in there or fishing around there.
No, just you're right. Let's just tow it in.
Yeah, let's tow it in. It looks like it got hit by something. We could take it out of the water and investigate it, and let the head fall out on the deck, and then have the guy freak out because we let a head fall out on the deck instead of that boy, Kittner boy.
Yeah.
Damn kids.
I do like, just this scene is so creepy.
Yeah.
It's just this movie, okay, we know, like, you've seen it, so you know what's going to happen. But the first time you see this, you're filled with so much dread right now. It's like, what is he doing going in the water?
Well, let's really look at this, okay? The shark hits the side of the boat, bites the guy but leaves the head in the boat.
Well, that's the one thing too. It's like
How did the
how
head
did
get
he
back
all get
in the
eaten
boat?
except for his face or whatever? But I don't know. It's
Did
just
he
kind of
use
like,
his head? I mean, did he have another shark with him? Was there an
yeah.
accomplice?
Ooh, an accomplished shark. Yeah. Ah.
Accomplice? No, no, really think about that. Were they playing tennis with his head and somehow, oh, shoot, and went out of the yard and went into the boat? All right, let's
So
go.
we're supposed to think that like he got killed by the shark. Maybe he got like bit in half or something, right? And then like the reason why the body's missing the eye is like the like the like a fish.
Spit it out.
Well, no, like little tiny fish were gnawing on his body.
And what happened to you there? You're having some sound problems.
I'm having sound problems.
Yeah, all of a sudden you died out.
Well, I'll talk louder then. Huh. And they actually reference in this scene now when they're talking. They actually reference
Is it me?
the Jersey Beach in 1916 when they had this exact kind of
See, I
problem.
can't even hear you.
Really, you can't hear me?
Does anybody else not hear him?
I think the people can still hear me. I think it might be you.
I can barely hear Lance now. That's what they said, yeah.
Well, maybe I'll go grab my microphone real quick. I've been using.
Yeah, you completely died out. All right, so now we can talk about the real stuff that we need to talk about. That shark was no good. See, this is what happened in the real movies. Technical difficulty, and then they would show one of those 15 minutes. Hey, this is a great time to go for some refreshments. And then the refreshments would all dance by right now. Let's go to the refreshment booth. Let's go to the refreshment booth. And the hot dog would be dancing, the popcorn. We have popcorn. Yeah. You see the kids light up. Half the time, that's all you wanted to do when you were there anyways. And he's back.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Barely?
Yeah. And then a box of candy would go by. I want popcorn now. Yeah, remember the popcorn would dance by, and then they would show them putting that generic butter. Well, actually, I think they used real butter back in the day.
All right, I'm going to try now. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Much better?
Yes.
All right, I'm just going to use my. I apologize. You guys won't be able to see what I'm working on, but I'll just. I'll worry about it later.
I think the camera was focused on you, anyways.
Well, yeah, there you go. I'll just focus on you, so people can watch you paint.
Oh, there it is. We have a drive-in by us that plays that old concession stand. I used to love going to the drive-in. We used to take the kids all the time up until we moved down here. Matter of fact, we still have a drive-in down here, and they play that. Let's go to the concession stand. All right.
So we missed one of my favorite lines, where they said, where he says, "It's really a miracle of evolution. All it does, it swims, it eats, and it makes baby sharks. That's all it does."
That's all it does. That's all it does. He was another great actor.
Well, he's still with us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still with us.
He hasn't. I mean, he's pretty much retired now.
Yeah. I mean, what else? Think of everything that he did. He was another one. That was.
Yeah, there's so many movies that like. I mean, I'm trying. Dreyfus.
He did the Goodbye Girl.
Yep, Goodbye Girl.
Neil Simon film, which he just passed away recently.
Yes, like in the last week or so.
Yeah. He also did He also was an American president. I thought that was a really good movie. If you got if you haven't had a chance to see that, with,
Mr. Holland's Opus, if you like
yes.
kind of purposefully schmaltzy sad movies, if that's your thing.
Well, everybody needs a little schmaltz every once in a while.
Because that's the one where he's, it's about his, he's the conductor at the school, and his like his son is his son is deaf, you know, and he's like his music is his life, but you know his son can't hear any music.
All right, here's a question for the chat and for you. Have you ever, first of all, have you ever been to a drive-thru?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
There's still the remnants of the drive-thru. I mean, it's gone now. I mean, like you know, it's. But if you drive far enough south of town, you can still see the remnants of the drive-thru.
So here's the question I have: when you went, how many of you out there went in your pajamas? Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I went
when I was a kid. Pajamas.
We would so the way when we would go, we would I'd have my pajamas with me to put on later, and I would I would like, because there was a playground nearby.
Oh,
so like,
yes.
So you would go and you'd run around the playground until, you know, my mother would tell me to come back, and then like you'd go and you'd change into your into your pajamas, and then you'd watch the movie, and you'd almost always fall asleep before the last movie was over. It was almost a given that you wouldn't make it throughout the entire movie.
Well, especially if it was Pinocchio or something like that. Let me tell you something. That was a creepy movie. That scarred me worse than Jaws.
Pinocchio was a creepy movie where the kids turned into donkeys or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a good movie for kids.
That's not a good movie. I'm sorry. That did not hit home with me.
Yeah. Could you just get in the, you know, nobody's going in the water. Well, I just put on some suntan lotion, and I just finally convinces them, they start going in. And there's that scene with the helicopter flies overhead, and you can see the fin in the background in the water. Ugh.
Well, the killer part of that is he's asking everybody to go in the water. Why don't you go in? Oh no, I have this polyester suit on. There's no way. It's 100 degrees on this beach, and I'm wearing polyester.
Yeah.
You think you'd be dying to go in the water?
And it's still that suit with the anchors on it.
And what kind of grandparents are they? Okay. Notice how they push the kids out first.
Oh yeah.
On the raft.
Here you go. You can eat this.
Okay. Here you go. Didn't somebody just die on a raft a few days beforehand? Did we not learn anything about the raft and how the raft is not?
Well, and the other thing is that drives me crazy is like, okay, nobody's going in the water. You know, just go out into 3 feet of water. You know, just stand in the water. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Funny guy. I you know, if anything big wants to come up and chomp on my leg, I'm going to see it before it gets to me. And this way I can like look around and I can step out. And
well, let's go. Let's take that a little further. Okay. That group of people go out and they all follow like lemons. Oh, it must be okay if they're going in.
Well, I think it's the chances are, you know, when there's 1,000 people in the water, your chances are only 1 in 1,000. But if you're the one person in the water, well,
yes,
you might as well, like, you know, bring in a bloody stake attached and stick it to your body. Walk out there and ring the dinner bell.
Well, I'm surprised that the shark, you know, he didn't want that old meat. It was tough anyways. But the kids on the raft look good.
Oh, and the reporter here interviewing the mayor and stuff. That's
Peter Benchley.
Yeah, it's Peter Benchley,
the writer of the book. And he did a ton of research. The book was actually based, if I'm not correct, on events that happened in New York.
Yes, New Jersey, 1960.
Yeah, New Jersey, 60-something. Yeah.
1960.
It was 1960?
Yeah, and then there was like, and they're almost positive it was a bull shark because of the fact that it. Oh, here you go. This is the kids being goofballs.
He made me do it.
He made me do it.
It's kind of like the stream. I'm going to be pointing. Lance made me do this.
You got to start thinking about what movie you're going to pick for yours.
Oh, I've already got it picked out. And it's one I think we can get away with showing some scenes from it.
Well, you mentioned that adult film. I don't think we can do that.
I did not. I did not. Boogie Nights will not be seen on.
Which is actually, Burt Reynolds did a really good job in that movie.
He actually did. He really did a fantastic job on that.
As a guy that films smut, but like trying to like pretend that it's art.
Well, he took it personally.
It was.
I love how he changes his tune when they go, well, you can make a lot more money with VHS. Really? Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, then.
Count me in. Changing with the times. No, we're going hardcore sci-fi.
Okay.
I think the next movie is going to be. We're going to have to do it on a Saturday because it's long.
Okay.
Now we can do it. We can do it one or two ways. I know.
What? You got me interested. Pay it off.
I was going to pay it off, and then I was thinking maybe I save that one.
Oh, the Lagoon.
The Blue Lagoon? No, we're not going.
No, the Lagoon scene.
Oh,
this is where you finally get a glimpse of what the shark looks like. The pond. I mean, he's in the pond.
Are you guys all right?
That was a stuntman. It was just he actually got lines. You guys okay over there?
Yeah.
I love how the kid's playing in the sand right there. The younger brother is playing in the sand, and then like the shark goes under the water as the kid kind of sits up and doesn't see him.
It's that moment there that everything just comes together, and you just kind of lose it, and you go, "Wow!"
Yeah. Here's it. Like, okay, so there's like a crowd of like 70 people screaming their lungs out, and this guy is still sitting there, just like, "You guys okay over there?" As the shark's coming right to his boat.
You guys all right?
There it is. Oh my gosh, you just barely see this glimpse of the shark, and like you realize, oh my gosh.
And he just glides in. He doesn't power in. He glides in.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. There's that second glimpse. And then now the bloody leg comes down.
Like I said, he was the leg guy.
And then and then the shark, the thing right there. Oh, that scene, slightly off kilter. The camera's like slightly diagonal, and goes right by Brody's son. So it's like in the camera's supposed to be the shark, right? And then some idiot in the crowd, somebody get a gun and shoot it. Doesn't anybody have a gun? Just like,
Hey, that camera, does that camera move in front of you?
The one that I have right here?
Yeah.
I'm just using the camera on my laptop now.
Okay, no, that's fine. Because all we saw was hat.
All right, there you go.
Your adoring fans wanted to see more.
Oh, I'm sure. I just pinned the camera on you because they can't really watch.
Oh, is it on me? Okay, because I'm pinned on you.
But like for the
actually,
stream,
I should pin on me.
It's pinned on you. I don't know what happened with my. Maybe I just need to use my. I've been using the microphone on the webcam. Maybe I should just hook up my my normal microphone next time we do it when I can actually have a decent mic. I never understood this. As a kid, I didn't know that coffee flavored ice cream was a thing. So when she comes up to him and she says, "How's my big kid?" and "I'm all right," and all this stuff, and then she says, "You want some ice cream?" and he says, "Coffee," and she's like, "Coffee." It's like, what? And I was like, "What? You want ice cream? Coffee? Oh, you're gonna bring your like 9-year-old son coffee? What the hell?" I was just like, "Oh, coffee flavored ice cream. That's a thing? Ick."
So you know what? We should probably put the next movie out to everybody in there. And I've got a top 3 that I think we should do.
What are you thinking?
Okay. We could do Dune.
Oh my gosh! Like not a weird director's cut one, or like just this. I don't even think you can.
Well,
Is there anything
you know what?
besides the long director's cut one?
Well, there's that one, and there's also the miniseries that was on Sci-Fi.
Really, I
But
wasn't familiar. I'm not familiar with that at all.
that one was that John Hurt was in it. He was Lieto Atreides. But I think if you're doing it, you got to go to classic with Kyle MacLachlan.
Well, yeah, that would be it might be a tough one either for A, people to track down to stream, or B, just to have a collection too. But anyway, go on. Next one.
Starship Troopers.
Ooh, Paul Verhoeven.
Mm-hmm. Or we go 50s. 50 sci-fi classic. Okay. Them.
Them was a very good movie, but also once again might be tough for people to track down to watch.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so if we had to pull them out, what would we put in there? Definitely not Star Wars.
This is probably my least favorite part of any construction of anything, searching for the number of the piece that you need. It's like, okay, I need number 17. And you're just like,
I got people screaming Godzilla. I would do Godzilla, but I'm afraid if we were to do Godzilla, we would have to do the Japanese version because the version with Raymond Burr is just horrendous.
Man in Suit. Man in Suit.
Listen, you have to love Man in Suit. Aliens, that's a good one. I've got people screaming them or Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet
would be very good.
That'd be excellent. And you know what?
Nielsen being all serious.
I would put together and paint the actual Forbidden Planet ship. That would be cool.
I think I have some. I think I was considering making a Tau kill team. I could make some of the Tau robots or whatever.
See, there you go. There you go. We're on our way.
I gotta figure out how to get. I gotta figure out how I can stream it. Or, I love this scene with Quint running around his little shop here, and.
Oh yeah, pulling out the boiled shark.
Yeah, teeth. boiling the flesh off the jaws.
Here you go, Chief. Try this. This will put hair on your chest.
Oh, made it myself. Trooper, I'm not talking about pleasure boating or day sailing. I'm talking about sharking.
Give me your hands, boy. I don't have to take this. Are you going to do this on the boat? Really?
It's my charter. It's my vessel. Maybe I ought to go alone. Tie me a sheep shank. I haven't had to
do
basic seamanship. I like how he actually ties it and then he throws the thing to him and he doesn't even look at it.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, whatever, kid.
Give me your hands. You've been counting money your whole life.
You've been counting money your whole life, haven't you, lad? Listen, I don't have to take this shit.
You got city hands, Mr. Hooper. You've been counting money your whole life.
Don't worry, Mrs. Brody. She gets all offended.
Oh yeah.
Which, go figure, because in the book she's like Hop Along Cassidy.
She's much more
fun.
The what is it? The doting wife.
Mm-hmm.
And the
subservient.
Well, because there's the whole backstory about Brody knocking her up. Because she started dating him because he was young and athletic and was like, and so then they started, and then he knocked her up, and she was like a woman of whatever, I don't know.
ill repute.
Yeah.
This might work. So, like I said, we're trying to get this Shadows of Brimstone done because we actually want to play it next weekend. Now, I've done all the Kickstarter stuff, quite a bit of stuff, and I got it done in under a week. So I'm quite.
Hold on.
What?
Shock goes in the water. Cage goes in the
Goes in
water.
water.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair
Yes, Spanish lady.
Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.
One of the best parts of this whole movie.
We received orders for to sail back to Boston, and soon nevermore shall we see you again.
Jeez, you should be opening up for Donny Osmond.
Doubtful.
I have the Predator one too, says Kabuki. Ooh, Predator. That's a good one too.
Predator.
But what you really need to do is have the first Disney fantasy movie, which was Dragon Slayer. That's one that we're gonna get to.
Oh, classic! And the wizard who knew he couldn't make the trip on his own, so he let the guy kill him, and then made the apprentice make the trip.
Yep. So I wasn't a great wizard. Great movie. One of my favorites. I have that. Legend. What about Legend? Now, do you follow this movie up with Orca, which was horrible?
Orca.
Remember
It wasn't good.
It was the follow-up to this because I think it was the 76 it came out, or 78 or 77, somewhere in there. It was always on the back of my comic books. And I ended up seeing it with Richard Harris, and he had just this vendetta. And the orca just comes out of the water and just swallows into everything that he ever held dear.
Richard Harris.
Oh, you think about him in Gladiator, right? When he was the king.
Mm.
He was betrayed. All right, that isn't too bad so far. Okay, if that dries, we'll be in good shape with that. I'm on a roll. I haven't touched
You're
this
on a roll?
Yes. More like a bagel. Munch. Baron. I can never say that word. Let me see. I spent everything to the Adventures of Baron Munchnak or something like that. Munchkin. That wouldn't be bad. Legend with Tom Cruise. That was a good one. Tim Curry at his finest. I think we're going to go. It's a tough call. I think we go Dune. We have to do Dune. It's kind of like we have to get it out of the way.
What? Dune? Just get it out of the way? I'll have to track down the...
But Starship Troopers would be so cool. You could paint Blood Boulder in that. I actually have the Starship Trooper miniature game. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like, how old is it?
90s. Oh, well, no, hold on. 2000. Right around there. Little later than 2000, I think. Actually, very good miniature game. It wasn't its time. You couldn't compete with Games Workshop. Nobody could compete with Games Workshop.
Wait. I need to watch the.
Yep, go
This is
ahead.
one of my favorite scenes. The fishing, the tick 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 of like the.
Oh God. It's not
And
a
like
shark.
I love that scene where he takes the cracker, he puts it in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't eat it. And he actually puts the half-eaten cracker in his pocket to save it for later.
Well, waste not, want not.
And like, the slow
turn.
Yeah. Slow, and then putting one strap on, putting the other strap on, attaching that big giant rod and reel.
Chief. So I'm gonna hold these up so you guys can say, "Hey, I got it."
Yeah. Then just tick tick. Holds up thing. I got it.
It's not a shark. Test of Honor? No, this is Shadows of Brimstone, Forbidden Fortress. Just finishing up the heroes, and then I am done with this bad boy. Remember them giving a handout at Quest for Fire, so you could follow along with some of the hand sign language and whatnot. Ooh, I forgot about that. I did, Miss Kabuki.
I did.
I did. All right. Time to paint up my girl here. While I try to figure out what to do with the rest of these guys. First, I just might get these guys done. That means no painting tomorrow. What am I going to do? Well, I have a choice. I can start working on that black coach. What do you think?
With the black coach, I'm just scared to even go after it.
You got to. It's a test of will. We should do it together. We should do it at the same time. What movie would that go with? Okay, chat.
I would say Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
Ooh, that's a good one. Or the original with Bela Lugosi. Now, do you like the classic Dracula?
It's good. It's not like...
It doesn't give you the... Now, listen, I am a Hammer film guy. So Christopher Lee, he was just awesome as Dracula.
Yes.
You know why? Because he didn't stalk anybody. He ran after him. And he would fight. I mean, he would fight, and you're like, yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. Look at him go. And he always died.
Hold on. I like to see. No, it's just the whole. Sorry, but just game fish, eh? It's like, doesn't prove a damn thing. It's like does prove one thing. It means you college boys can't admit when you're wrong.
He's just sitting there perplexed because he kept on telling him the whole time.
Mad. Doesn't prove a damn thing. It does prove one thing, too.
You don't know.
College boys aren't smart enough to admit when you're wrong.
It's probably a Ray.
Ray. Definitely a game fish.
Snap. But business is about to pick up, isn't it? We'll show you, Mr. Shark. That's for sure. One thing I hate about red, it's very tough to paint over black the first coat. Actually, water it down a little bit.
Why is that?
Just glides over a little bit better. And you don't get the brush lines. But, oh, man, yeah, those Hammer films. You know, he fall in the eyes. You know, no, you very rarely staked Christopher Lee. He'd have a lot of different things happen to him. He was kind of the Roddy Piper of horror movies. He had a lot of different things happen to him. He never really lost a match.
That's true.
He just had things happen.
Stop playing with yourself, Hoopa. Slow ahead.
Oh, they're saying RoboCop would be good too. Tombstone.
That would be good.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Why was there never a RoboCop miniatures game? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Bigger boat time. Oh, first real look. Oh, then just how I love how Brody sits up like, stumbles back.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Just a classic line. This movie had more classic lines than you care to remember.
Just
All right, young lady, sit over there.
perfect music.
Yeah. This movie was a perfect storm. Just a perfect storm. Perfect timing. Everything. I don't think you could pull this movie off today.
25 and 3 tons of them.
All 3 tons of them. He's a lucker, ain't he?
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat, right?
We're gonna go back in, right? Get to the end so I can get you in there and for scale. You go out there. All right. Now, peoples, you're going to get a lesson in how to get this done. Let's see. No, don't want to do that. All right. I got it. Switch over to you for a minute. Ah, shark. Blade Runner. Oh, shoot. Good call, Kabuki. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That would be good.
Raiders of the Ark is classic.
Yeah. We can do that one. It's the music. It's the music that we get in trouble for, though. That's the problem. We can pull this off by just putting up certain scenes and talking about scenes. I think that's what we're going to try next time. Hex Wrath Flame.
Hex Wraith Flame?
Yes. Great color.
Good.
I was looking for some Warpstone glow.
For what?
For her flame. She's casting a spell here.
Oh.
So I want it to be Warpstone. And then we'll make it a little lighter as we go when we work our hand into it. But she means business. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little magic if you're gonna fight that huge dragon. You're gonna need something. Gonna need a bigger sword.
Oh, little known trivia: the guy on the radio when like Quint is talking as they're getting ready to shoot the barrels into the shark.
Mm-hmm.
The guy on the radio is Steven Spielberg.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud! I wouldn't have known that. Just tell Mrs. Hooper everything's on.
Yeah, we just got some stripers.
Yeah, we just got some stripers. Bring them in for dinner. We'll see you. Goodbye now. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. And this is, you know, and you think the roller coaster that this movie takes you on. I mean, you really think about it. You know, it starts out, you don't see this fish, and now this fish just front and center. You know, it's on man versus fish, and not just any fish.
Yeah.
3,000.
If you've ever read the really old book called "An Enemy of the People" by Henrik Ibsen, it's got a little bit of that going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the person that thinks that he's trying to do the right thing for his city, but the city hates him for it because they think he's trying to ruin the city.
Absolutely.
Oh, and here we go. This is the moment of the show that I always have to stop and I listen to when he tells the story
of the Indianapolis.
And because, well, it's Robert Shaw, he was completely and totally sauced during this scene.
Was he?
Yeah, just like there's scenes where you can see his eyes are all red and puffy, and he is 7 sheets to the wind.
I did not know that.
There you go.
Well, I mean, geez, they were out there filming that for a long time. They were filming that bad boy for a long time. They had more problems with that.
Well, the shark, you know. Dreyfus said that like it was like the same thing. They do this stuff, then they'd hear like nothing's going on, nothing's working, and then all of a sudden they'd hear attention. Like the one day it's like the shark is working. The shark is working. They were just all excited.
Let's go. And it was a nightmare, that thing. Didn't they have two? They had 2 of them or something like that, and both of them didn't work.
Yeah, because both of them, if I remember correctly, like because to work them, there was one side that was open that you could like reach in and work the mechanics of it. Mm-hmm. And so like you'll see the shark, and so like that's why you can see the shark, because like when you see the shark, you never see both of the sides in the same scene. So it's because like if you did, you'd see like it didn't look real on the other side because there's a big giant open hole. Oh, that's a tattoo. I got it removed.
This is where.
All right, here we go. Japanese submarines left. Here, we haven't started yet. Oh, God. Just.
You don't even want to talk during this.
No, I rarely talk. That's the USS Indianapolis. It's like, you were on the Indianapolis? What happened?
Just brutal.
The Hiroshima bomb.
Definitely just. But we delivered the bomb.
Yeah.
Boom. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. It's just a moment of silence, folks.
Yeah, just if it's
just one of those moments. Because if you just think of the historical significance of this whole story, and how that one ship changed the
start
course.
pounding and hollering. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away.
He's got doll's eyes.
Oh. He's got doll's eyes.
Black eyes. Soulless eyes. Doll's eyes. Just
roll over white.
Went over to my friend. He was just bobbing there, cut in half.
Yeah, bobbing there like a top. Rip you to pieces.
1,500 men went in the water.
Yeah, 1,100. 300 came out. Oh, just sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men they average. 6 an hour.
It's ridiculous.
Baseball player.
You just can't imagine the horror.
Oh,
that whole thing. And I think this part is scarier to me than the doc. And I'll tell you why, because you just sit there and you try to imagine yourself in that position. And you just can't. And that's why, for me, that's like one of those parts of the movie where you just go, wow.
I'll never put on a life jacket again.
And he doesn't, and he pays for it.
316 men came out. The Sharks took the rest June 29th, 1945.
But we delivered the bomb. Meanwhile,
and that thing that he says, like, that's when I was most scared, when I was waiting my turn to get picked up, like, just because you're that close to being fine.
But I think about it. You've been in the water that long, and you're trying to get out, and now you're just waiting your turn. Unbelievable. I like the guy that wrote that. Jeez. Just really sums it up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And you still see some of those guys get together to this day. There's still some of them alive from the Indianapolis.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They just had a thing not too long ago where they got together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was quite moving.
I can't imagine.
No, I can't. And you really can't. That they, you survived that. Unbelievable. And there we go. Just, I mean, you could just sit here and just talk parts of it, break this movie down completely in such a way. The shark doesn't like singing, apparently. No, the shark is
Shark comes and attacks your boat if you're singing the songs.
yeah.
All right, so here's a cool scene. Okay, so in a little bit, like Brody will come. The lights go out, and everybody runs out, and everybody starts freaking out. And this is when Quint starts is shooting at the barrel for like no reason because he's ridiculous.
Because it's what he does.
Yeah, and so they're like, why? And so Brody goes and gets his revolver because that's gonna make him, because he's a cop, right? It's gonna make him feel better.
Yeah.
So he goes and he grabs his service weapon, and then he stops, and above him in the sky you see a falling star.
The falling star. I always look for that.
But that really happened. That was a real falling star that they managed to catch at that moment. And then Steven Spielberg put it in his movies afterwards. So
I always look for that because I always caught that.
Yeah, but that's what started that trend. He would put the falling star. They happened to catch it, and he was like, "That's awesome. It was perfect." Oh, so good.
You think, right after this movie, what a tear he was on as far as movies are concerned. Discount 1942 or 1941, his attempt at comedy. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind, this, then E.T. I mean, jeez, you couldn't even touch this guy.
No, not really.
All right. Sorry, I had to drift off there for a second because I had a line I had to paint, and that was a tough one. All right. Well, folks, it's time for some washes. Once these dry.
So wash and then dry brush for you?
Wash, dry brush, and then throw some grass on there. And guess what? We're ready to play Shadows of Brimstone, folks. But he has had a few duds otherwise. Okay, Hook was a dud. 1941 was a dud. Let's think of all the duds he had. He had that one with
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck was a dud, but it's still considered a cult.
1941 that was him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is still, I like that movie.
You see, that's the thing. Some of these are cult classics. Hook is considered a cult classic. If you really think dud, okay, what's the one where he did with the kid that was a robot?
You're certifiable, Quint.
You're certifiable.
Just comes in and just smashes the radio.
I think he was trying to make a point.
And then, well, no, he wanted to do it himself.
Kabuki says Howard the Duck wasn't Spielberg.
It wasn't?
It was Lucas.
Oh, it was Lucas. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, also in that time, he also had a hand in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was another classic. So he was on fire, and it wasn't until... boy. Then he was of AI. Yeah, AI. That's what it was. AI was not a big movie.
Wasn't that the movie that he took over and finished because Kubrick died?
Was it?
Almost positive.
Schindler's List was a big movie for him.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Private Ryan, of course. Jeez. I'm trying to think of the real bad duds that he had where you just went, wow, this is bad. Kubrick's baby. His latest, Ready Player One. Kubrick only had a story for AI. Okay. Poltergeist. That was good.
Poltergeist. I like Poltergeist.
The Goonies was good.
I never saw the remake of Poltergeist. Was the remake any good?
No, I didn't see it. Hook and 1941 were the only duds. Real duds. Boy, and yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Amistad was uninspired, but it was still a hit. It was still a hit.
It was still a hit.
Yeah. It's a hit. You can say what you want. All right. No, really think. I mean, what a career. Amber Lynn. He named that studio after it. Was he? Did he do Back to the Future?
No, that was
Zemeckis.
Zemeckis. Yeah.
He was on a tear too. For a while there.
Yeah, he had a period of time where he couldn't do any wrong.
Lincoln, Bridge of Spies was great. Used Cars was Lost World.
I like Used Cars for an old bad movie.
That's what I'm talking about. If you have something that has cult status, you look at Lucas, okay, and let's not talk Star Wars because that's the last thing I want to talk about. But when you think of THX, oh God, what was that movie? I can't remember the full name of it. 1138, which was one of his first movies. That is considered a science fiction classic.
It's true.
And they go, well, that was a bad movie. Well, no. That movie was ahead of its time. Then again, so was Soylent Green.
Soylent Green.
I'm telling you.
Soylent Green.
That's what we should do. We should do like a dedicated month to a star, like Charlton Heston month.
Well, that's fine. It's just, once again, it's just movies that are readily accessible.
How could you not get the 10 Commandments?
Well, you can get the 10 Commandments, yes.
How could you not get Planet of the Apes? Damn you, dirty apes.
Yeah.
Boy. Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur.
You've never seen Ben-Hur?
No, I've seen Ben-Hur, but it's been a long time.
Oh, my God. Judah Ben-Hur. The race goes on. Victory won. It's sad. I can quote too many movies. I can't do letters, but I can quote movies. I am horrible at that. I mean, this shark puts up a fight. I mean, this is just not any average everyday shark.
Well, no, it's more of a, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's definitely more of a force of nature, as you said.
Yes, he's kind of Galactus. He's neither good nor evil.
Now the boat moving backwards to the water. It's just like.
Think about it. Is that shark evil?
No, he's just.
He's hungry.
He's hungry, and people are trying to hurt him.
Yeah. So I'd fight back. Somebody's trying to steak knife me, you bet your ass I'm going to fight back.
Steak knife you. God, I've been watching the movie. I haven't been putting anything together.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with this whole segment.
It'd be better. I gotta next time we do it. I'm gonna do it so like I can just look up. I've got it so I'm looking off to the right to see it right now. I gotta put it so I can like see it, like where I'm, so I can just look up.
I still say if we and I've got to double check this. If we can small window it, like
that would help. But yeah, but I mean,
see where you are. See where you are.
Yeah.
If we can small window it where we're both watching it, see the Sinbad movies, people, Jason and the Argonauts, all the Harryhausen movies.
These are all great ideas, but it's just how are we going to actually watch them both at the same time? I don't own any of the Jason and the Argonauts movies, and I doubt they're on Amazon streaming right now.
Well, I own all those. Science fiction, I have everything.
Well, that's great. I don't. So,
well,
so what are you going to do? Walk me through the movie on the other side?
No, what we do is we put it on another computer and we put it in that small window. As long as we don't have, any volume or anything like that, I don't think we take the hit.
All right, you say so.
Because it's a third window. So you see where it says you down on the bottom?
Yes.
Or me or whatever. It depends on who you're in on. As long as we see, you can actually pop up that window and it's not going to affect you. If I'm showing it. Do you see what I'm saying? So you would be able to watch it. One of us runs it. But for the audience, whoever's running the stream would have to lock it in.
So the book is weird. We're heading in, Brody. Thank Christ.
We're gonna drown him.
Yeah. No, like the whole thing where they as they're heading in or whatever, like you finally can see land. Like and you and
they almost make it too, if you really think it.
It's like, but Quint's got his Captain Ahab thing going on right now.
Oh God. That's a Gregory Peck. Did you ever see that one? Moby Dick, the original Moby Dick?
Well, I mean, which the one that had Patrick Stewart as Captain Ahab, the 4 TV movie, that was good. Remember that one?
Yes, I do. No, I liked it, but it wasn't Gregory Peck.
No, it wasn't Gregory Peck.
Kabuki, help me out here. Because Kabuki is like my psychic soul sister. We like everything pretty much the same. Love those Hidden Fortress. Thank you. It's Forbidden Fortress, by the way. That's okay. Whoa, you went Toshi Minfun? What? Soul Razor, 7 Samurai. There you go. 7 Samurai. That's another.
Oh, 7 Samurai.
Oh. I should have saved it. Well, I got more Samurai to paint.
I knew a guy that, the classic picture of the 7 Samurai on the hill,
yes,
like looking down, like he got a like kind of like photo negative of that picture,
right?
And then he so it was just like you could tell what it was, but just in black and white. But you could tell by the shading and it, like just the appearance of. Like anyway, and then he put it in a projector, so it was on his wall, and then he went over with black paint and just painted it on his wall, and so he just had the 7 Samurai on his wall. Yeah, it was pretty cool looking.
That's more than cool.
Yeah,
that's just genius.
One of my favorite things, but those things where it's like the 9 different alignments or whatever, and like those little internet memes or whatever. and it just shows that same picture of the Seven Samurai, and it says lawful good because somebody has to save your shitty little village.
How awesome is that?
Hands them both a life jacket. And they're just staring out there. They're staring at like so close to the land, but too far away.
Then the stupid motor just says, I've had enough. I mean, really?
So this scene, okay, so when he goes in the water, so now they're gonna get the shark cage ready and everything like that. But they go into the water. When they go into the water, there's that scene where the shark's in the cage or like on top of the cage and ripping it up.
That's a real shark.
Yeah. That is because they actually had a little person in a wetsuit go into a miniature shark cage, and so they could take pictures of him with sharks on the outside, and it would look to scale with the large shark.
Can you imagine being the shortest guy on the set? Listen, we need you to. Oh God, really?
And then what happened is that the shark got tangled up with the top of the cage in the scene, and then they filmed it, and like it of course freaked the guy out to no end, because he's got the shark. And then they end up using him.
He's damaged for life.
Well,
but we got a great shot.
I don't like going to the ocean, and one of the reasons why I don't like going to the ocean is because I just don't like the idea of like, what's in this. I'm right now in water where giant fish are, and they might be miles away, but I'm in the same water as giant fish.
Well, I mean, if you really, really think about it, you don't belong in the water.
No. I know a buddy of mine who always says if dinosaurs were outside, we wouldn't go play baseball. It's just like, and that's what he says. It's just like with sharks. It's like, just don't go in the water. Sharks can't get you if you don't go in the ocean.
Exactly.
Ugh, I can't imagine. So I'm going to go in the water.
I love how he comes up with the idea after the fact. So, Hooper, what does this do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Yeah, we're going to... And in the book, Hooper gets killed.
Yes. That's something that people don't realize.
Brody's the only one who lives.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book, Quint is killed much like Ahab. His foot gets wrapped up in one of the ropes and he's pulled underneath and he drowns.
I wonder who came up with this ending.
Well, that's the thing. At the end of this, Peter Benchley apparently got into a huge argument with Spielberg over the decision they made to end the shark the way they did, because he said it was just preposterous. And it's been proven that it actually is preposterous by Mythbusters. Like compressed air shooting a air tank. What will happen?
Well, you had to go with it, though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, how were you going to kill him? You weren't going to wrestle him 2 out of 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls. No, in the book, the shark actually is beating down on Brody, if you remember, and all of a sudden the shark just slows down. Oh, jeez, it's so scary. I forgot all about that. Just comes out of nowhere. It attacks the cage.
Yeah, he catches him right when he's getting the thing ready too.
Yeah, getting the thing ready, of course. Right?
And there it goes to the bottom.
Oh.
And you hear him.
Yeah. No, but the shark just drowns because the barrels do exactly what they're supposed to. The shark isn't able to keep swimming. Oh, jeez, here comes the shark. Just I'm going to get in that cage and I'm going to eat you.
On purpose.
Yeah. I don't like you. And I'm going to ruin this. Ugh.
You hit me with barrels. I'm going to eat you.
I like how he takes out his knife and does stab it a couple of times.
Just enough to tickle it.
Yeah, give him a little tickle.
Hey, how you doing?
Ugh.
All right.
So it's practical effects, no CGI, and that looks real. And now here's the scene with the shark on top of the cage, rolling around, smashing it.
And I don't care who you are, you forget that Hooper's under there with everything that goes on.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many times you see it, you still kind of go, oh, that's right, he's okay. Okay, speaking of okay. Let's see here. So with miniatures in a movie, unlike my counterpart.
Next time I'll actually paint. Next time maybe these blade guys for evidence will be all put together and they'll be primed and I'll be ready to go with them.
Besides,
it's Jaws, man. I can't turn away from Jaws.
No, you can't. I've got like one eye on it and the other eye just trying to get these guys, because once I'm done with the heroes, it's kind of like, okay, game on. Because God knows you can't go on my channel and not have you. If I try to play a game unpainted, you think I blocked out the sun.
Oh, geez. He would have lived too if the thing hadn't slammed into his hand.
Yeah. Because that's what did him wrong.
Yep.
Maybe he would have got those shots off. But he didn't make it.
And here he goes, Quint. Right.
He was probably sauced during this too.
Just such a horrible death. Oh.
It was a good death. I don't know. I still rather fight a bear. Folks, besides some touch-ups, we have our 4 heroes for Forbidden Fortress. And as you can see, we have our semi-swords out to cut up the fish once it's blown to pieces. Hopefully there's enough left.
Oh, that's just... And then the shark comes right in the window as he's in the boat. He just like grabs the...
You know why they did that?
Tank, shoves it in his mouth.
You know why they did that? They did that to prove the point that he was able to spit out the guy's head in the other boat.
Oh, maybe. Throws the air tank in its face. Oh. I remember as a kid, smile, you
son of... Did he just swear?
Yeah. Smile, you son of a bitch. And like he can't even believe it. He's all like, ah! Like he can't believe it. Thing explodes.
Kabuki shark. Yeah, Kabuki said he got a couple of machete shots in though.
Yeah.
And you really think about it, he did get some good machete shots. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for our boy. Now here's the part that kills me. You just got into this huge battle with this shark. Okay? You finally do the shark wrong.
Well, hold on, he's still poking it with the spear. I like how he keeps poking he's poking it in the head with the spear, and then he takes the spear. It's just like, I'm gonna take this with me. Take this stupid spear from you.
There's no way the shark should be alive.
He's like, I'm gonna take this spear from you.
Listen, you don't. You gotta be kidding me. That's not the
And
way.
M1 Garand, show me the tank. Ugh. Just gnawing on the tank.
Now you think the pressure from those jaws would have blew the tank? I mean, realistically.
Boom. See you later.
Thanks for coming by. And like bits of him land in the water for the next 20 minutes. And thus.
So there's this moment here where as the shark's going, you hear this roar.
Mm-hmm.
There's the roar right there.
Shark roars.
So you remember the movie Duel, where the guy when the truck goes off, when the truck goes off at the very end, the truck finally goes off the cliff.
Yeah.
He uses the same roar when the truck driver get killed.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Another little bit.
No, tidbit, a little addendum there.
You didn't put anything together, but boy, you were just like Mr. Trivia.
Well, I got 3 of my 10. I got 3.5 of my 10, I should say, put together. Just got sucked into the movie. I gotta have it. You see, you probably had the movie staring right in your face, so I gotta do that.
Yeah, because I'm looking. I'm going to point my finger right that way, so the computer's right in front of me. But also, I was able to do this.
Oh well, la di da. Fine,
I win.
You did much better than I did. Well, I got to watch more of the movie than you probably.
No, I was right here with you.
What did you use for your wash on those?
I just used a Agrath Earth Shade for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush these once everything dries. But that's definitely going to be a tomorrow project.
Well, yeah, I mean,
these
shade takes so long.
Yeah, it takes about 35 minutes. And
I got a buddy who swears just by using soft body black military army painter.
You know, I just stay with what I have an army painter and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, I got a ton of it over here. I've got a whole bucket of stuff over to the right of me. I just, it depends when I'm comfortable with that particular day. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like when you pick up a brush and, you use that brush like 5 times before on stuff. And then all of a sudden that one day, it just doesn't feel right in your hand. The funny thing, but, I know it's over here, but, he's swimming back to shore. Okay. You just been through this whole thing with this stupid shark. Okay. And Hooper comes up from behind him and he's like unfazed. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, you're alive. Good.
Oh, good. Let me tell you something. I'd be so jumpy if anything came up from behind me. I mean, I'm leaving chum in the water.
Your own brand of chum.
My own brand of chum.
Yeah.
He just turns around, looks at him. Hey, what's up?
I always thought because of the fact
Quint?
that you're
No.
Yeah. No. I always thought because of all the blood in the water. What about other sharks?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And now all of a sudden he likes the water. Yeah, really?
There you go.
Believe me, I'd be swimming for sure.
I'd be running. My feet.
Yeah, feet don't fail me now. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? All right,
there we go. That's it.
That's it. All right, this was the first of many.
Yeah, and so you've got to nail one down that like I said, that either you got to give me a chance to track it down or like it's already.
Well, what I want to do is I want to experiment before the album and show you what I'm talking about and see if it works.
All right.
And what we'll do is, this one was fun. It was the end of summer.
Oh yeah, there you go. End of summer, just like this was the end of the summer for the.
Yeah, the end of the summer for Amity. But this was our little end of the summer, and boom, we just busted this one out. But it was an experiment. We talked through it, and I painted while we got plenty of great commentary by the undead Viking himself. But the point I'm trying to make is that we're going to try to find a way where we can just show you bits and pieces of the movie, so it's a little more thematic, and we're going to try to tie things in with it going forward. This is a work in progress, but soon we'll be selling tickets, popcorn, Juju beads, Lance and Rob t-shirts.
Yes, there you go. I don't know what you're picking, but just so everybody else knows, I will be picking John Carpenter's The Thing for my next.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
So yeah. So I mean, whatever. I don't. So you can't steal mine. So we'll watch.
No.
We'll watch. We'll watch The Thing for the next one.
Yeah,
And,
definitely. We're going to try to do it more on the weekend because, believe it or not, I got to get up in 3.5 hours.
That's horrible. So I'm going to let you go. But I mean, you need to figure out
We
what
got to do the big finish. We got to do the big finish.
Yeah. So I'm not going to show what I did because I didn't get enough done.
No,
But,
I think the main thing here is, guys, leave some things in the comments when you see this, and if you can, you come up with some stuff that you think you'd like to see or things that you'd like us to do. I mean, we're really gonna try to take this kind of like a mini boom.
yeah, and the biggest thing is that we just got to make sure that YouTube doesn't flag it because we're not rebroadcasting a movie on a channel. That's the big thing.
I think as long as you demonetize it or something like that. Miniatures. Oh, look at this. King Fat comes up with the thing T-shirt. Miniatures Movie Massacre.
Ooh, I like that. So let the people see your face, Rob, before we go.
Oh yes, why not?
And see, I wanted everybody. Oh, I didn't point out. This was the closest shirt I could come to the. This is my shirt with like islands and like palm trees and stuff. It was the closest I could come to an anchor suit coat that I could wear.
I had a soccer shirt on.
There you go. See, I just gotta get my real mic out, and so then I won't have to worry about any sound issues.
The one thing I was happy about, even though this wasn't part of the movie, I wanted to do something thematic, but I needed to get these done, and I'm glad I got these done because, boy, we've got this game done, and we're gonna move on. But now that you're doing the thing, I think we're gonna do something really cool, alien kind of thing, and that'd be fun. Too bad that actual thing game didn't have like miniatures in it. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I was pinned. So like I'm gonna try to see. This is my weird. Like say there's fish and there was islands. Yeah, that was I tried to wear something thematic for the movie. Kabuki Kid suggested Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, that's another good one. I can paint that up too. We can give it away.
Yeah.
Because I got a couple of copies. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got to get up in the morning. Hey, we had a ton of people tuning in and watching tonight. That was awesome.
We'll get more. It was also because it was screwed up.
Hey, this is good. And then plus if you can watch it later, I'm gonna and you can check it out and like listen to our commentary. And I hope it was fun for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And Rob, thank you so much for joining me. This is awesome.
Bro, I had a good time. It's always a good time spending time with you, my friend.
Yeah, figure out the movie. Figure out what movie we're gonna do, and then
and when I do, it's gonna be a classic. Oh, well, they're all classics.
They are.
That's what we are. Miniatures and movie. All right, brother. All right. I will see you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.